What's up everybody, it's Eric with the North Shore Travelers and welcome to our cruise vlog day 6 part 1, a day in Nassau. I had to break these up into part 1 and part 2 because the videos were getting a little long, so you'll have to stay tuned for both parts and see our route to and from Junkanoo Beach, as well as in part 2 we found a secret Starbucks, so stay tuned for that. As you can see, our table is ready in the Mardi Gras Palm restaurant. Here's the breakfast menu for today, which usually doesn't change much from day to day, and the gluten-free option as well. As you can see, it really wasn't that busy in here like usual, which, you know, we really prefer this over going to the buffet and fighting the crowds in the morning, especially on the port days if we're not in a hurry. And if you watch my other videos, you can see Olivia got her 2 bowls of Lucky Charms. I went with the ham and cheese omelet with bacon, and Emma got her pancakes. Alright, now that breakfast is done, we are headed off the ship. One of our first plans was to maybe look at taking a taxi and going to Cable Beach, but with having a scooter, we didn't quite know how that would work out for us, so leave a comment down below if you had a scooter in Nassau and you went to Cable Beach and how that worked out for you. So our next plan was to go and check out Junkanoo Beach and do some swimming. It was a beautiful day, which is nice because last October when the wife and I were here, it was raining the entire day. So we figured we'd roll the dice with the port being this busy and hope that we could find a couple chairs and an umbrella and do a little swimming. Looks like we got an MSC in port today. Then we got our Mardi Gras ship right here. And then we have Royal Caribbean Odyssey of the Seas. It's over here. Susie! Yeah. Okay, enjoy, have a good night. Tell me. Picture time.
Come on, everybody. I'll go here.
Alright, we gotta get into picture time with Susie. And before we headed into the port area, we were just kind of taking account of all the cruise ships and the different companies that were in Nassau that day. There was a Carnival Elation, we had the MSC ship right next to us, then we of course added our Carnival Mardi Gras, then I believe there was a Celebrity cruise ship, and then Odyssey of the Seas Royal Caribbean. So it was a pretty busy day in the port, but we didn't feel like it was too crowded or too crazy at all. Alright, since it wasn't raining like last time, there's a lot more souvenir options for us inside the port area. There's all these little huts, and even over along closer to the ships, there's more huts over there where you can buy souvenirs, and as you can see, you can buy alcohol mixed drinks, there's food options, and there is a taxi stand too, where if you wanted to go somewhere away from the port, there is an option to hitch a ride from a taxi. And then also keep your eyes out too, there's a few locations where you can get some really good family photos taken as well. As you can see ahead, there is that one backdrop where you can get some good family photos taken, like I mentioned earlier. Up ahead, another place to take that family photo, and as you see behind that backdrop, there's that bright green building that is a straw market where you can buy more souvenirs outside the port. As you can see right outside the gate here, the bright green and orange building is the world famous Bahamas Straw Market. That's where we got a lot of our souvenirs last time we were here. And now we start the walk over to Junkanoo Beach. And like I said, from here it takes about 8 to 10 minutes to walk over there. You'll see it here in a little bit. You'll walk up to Senior Frogs and it looks like you can take this dock and go straight over there. It'd be sweet if you could. It'd shave off probably 5 or 6 minutes in your walk. Unfortunately, you got to go around all those buildings and come out by Margaritaville, and then Junkanoo Beach is right behind Margaritaville. And here's that dock I was talking about in Senior Frogs. Unfortunately, we have to go back around this truck here, and you just follow this sidewalk and kind of stay to the right along these buildings on the right hand side, and then you'll pop out by Margaritaville, and Junkanoo Beach is right behind that. And if you get hungry on this walk, up here on the left there's a McDonald's, and then just past that, a little ways on the right hand side, is a Dairy Queen. So there's a couple options for you if you do get hungry on this little journey over to the beach or Margaritaville. Alright, as you look behind us, McDonald's is right past that green building, and then you have these signs here right on the corner kind of directing you towards Margaritaville, which, like I mentioned before, Junkanoo Beach is pretty much right behind Margaritaville. I would have kept filming, but my GoPro decided to shut off on me, so I think it overheated a little bit, and now we're back in action. These shops here, last time we were in Nassau, we did get pretty lucky and found some good souvenirs in there for a decent price. Alright, now we're by Margaritaville. On the left here is where you can buy tickets for Fins Up Water Park for Margaritaville if you didn't pre-buy them already online. And then you go just past this area and there's going to be a nice photo opportunity on the left here, and then you can also take one right along that edge of the dock with the cruise ships in the background.
I guess. Here, we didn't put sunscreen on all over everything, but I guess go for it.
Yeah, that's the property that Royal Caribbean is developing over there, I think.
Gee.
Nice. So that's like, they'll eventually drop it.
Oh yeah.
They just get out there.
See, it's straight out the dock,
yeah. Or they might do a water shuttle thing, just buzz across or something.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. Need to stop. We're gonna find the water here.
That's a go.
Oh yeah.
Put sunscreen on the rest of your body.
guys heading down to Carnival Beach today?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't need any lounge shirts. They're only $10 for the family guys to sit out with. $10 shirts, $20 for the umbrella. We have food, drinks, also free Wi-Fi. Get close to the restroom, shower, change room, etc.
Is there we got a scooter with us? Is there a spot we could park the scooter?
Right inside my bar and restaurant, I'm a securist for you guys.
So $10 for a chair and then 20 for an umbrella.
Right, yes, sir.
And it's close to the restrooms and there's a spot where she can park her
room. I'm a securist, scooter for her.
That works for me. That's them.
You know, reading on some Facebook groups, there are people saying that Junkanoo Beach is trashy, there's garbage everywhere. And you know, I did see a couple like beer bottle tops, but that was pretty much about it. You know, a lot of it, it's like, well, where do you think it comes from? Is people laying out on the beach and not policing their trash. But to us, it felt clean, and I mean, just look at that water. It's super pretty, and we had a really great time here. Right up here on this corner is where he allowed us to park our scooter. And on the tree here on the left is where they have a little shower where you can rinse off your feet before you put your shoes or your sandals back on. A little bit later I'll show you another tour of where the actual restrooms are with other showers and changing rooms as well. We made it to Junkanoo Beach. See the cruise ship's back in the distance there. It's about a 10 to 15 minute walk. But we got
4 chairs and an umbrella. It was $10 for the chairs and $20 for the umbrella. And Brandon could park her scooter right here and walk right to the chairs. So it worked out pretty nice, even though we didn't get off the ship right away and come down. But nice free beach otherwise. And we got Margaritaville. And then where that white tent is up here, there's restrooms, changing room, shower, and there's also a little restaurant behind there for food and drinks. Not too bad. Love that color of the water as well. Soak it in, it's last port day.
Alright, so when you're at Junkanoo Beach, you see that concrete pier. You're going to keep walking back behind that, and then you're going to hang a left and go towards the music. They're going to be playing a lot of music there, and that's where you'll find the restrooms, the showers, the changing rooms, and just beyond that is going to be a restaurant and bar area. It's also going to be another entrance you can come into Junkanoo Beach if you don't want to go along the water and on the back side of Margaritaville. Alright, straight ahead is the restrooms that I mentioned, and then right here on the right is that restaurant and bar area with all kinds of outdoor seating. Then if you walk back to the road here, and if you were to hang left, you'd go towards Margaritaville. So this is another way you can get into the beach area and just come in by the restrooms and this restaurant. Now I'm back at that concrete pier. As you can see, it was a little crowded at the time, so I took a little bit of video from the base of the pier, and then I finally was able to make my way out to the end and get some really good footage and some really beautiful pictures.